Да вот пришлось убить Якуба, потому что мне надо у него кружку забрать. А чтобы забрать, надо выиграть в стрельбу из лука. А поскольку стрельба из лука хуёвая, мне пришлось его зарезать и забрать кружку. Ну я попытался выиграть, я не могу нахуй стрелять, блядь, в конце. Я вообще не понимаю, как это делать, блядь. Он набрал там что-то 22 очка, я 9, блядь, и шо нахуй. Целый день стоять стрелять, если можно просто его прирезать нахуй, блядь, и забрать.
God be with you.
I brought you back your tank.
Ah, so you're not completely useless. Lukash will be happy to see what hand...
I suppose this Lukesh is your poacher friend.
Now then, poacher's not a very nice word. I'll call him more... a man who knows a good opportunity.
I see. And where can I...
He lives on the hill to the north of the castle, in a small hut. If you're planning...
I won't forget.
I'm the one who should thank you. I'm looking forward to putting my lips to the old...
How's...
Don't even remind me.
О, замес. И кого пиздить? Тебя, наверное, да. У меня уже пес научился нападать.
Get him!
На здоровье, блядь.
Look what I've got. You'll love this. That's my... What happened to you?
Sir, he told me he'd marry me, and then they killed him. They killed him, the dogs. And I'm left with nothing but to beg here at the roadside. Wouldn't you have a little bit of food?
Don't you want to go to Rap?
No, sorry, sir. Wouldn't you have a little bit of food?
Food? What about this?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
А как ты с лошади стрелял с лука, я вообще, блядь, хуй пойми. Прицелился, блядь. Ну ладно.
I hear you're able... Certainly. I'd like to... All right, but it'll cost you. Now...
Ты ебанутый?
I hear you're able... Certainly. I'm interested... Wouldn't you rather learn... Well... Andrew, the innkeeper, sent me. Said you had a job for someone who's good. Did he now? That's all very well. So how can I prove it to you? For a start, you can tell me why a lad like you... I've heard it could earn me... Yeah, that's what I used to think. Why's that? You'll find out for yourself. Anyway, I have to check you out first. I'm listening. To begin with, I need to know. Bring me some deer antlers, and then we'll talk. Easy.
Спасибо. Ой. Это, наверное, из-за того, что я убил чувака. У меня тут штраф. Надо было его вырубить. Ой, господи, игра, блядь.
God's blessings.
I heard you got a poach.
In the woods and out of them. Not long back the bastards hung a deer's head.
That's pretty.
Certainly is. Word around the village is that someone...
Do you think it was someone local?
I really don't know. All sorts of things get said. Hannikin Hare's back, if you listen to some. And others are going on about Tom of the Baths.
And what about you?
It could be anyone. There's more than one that has it in for Nick.
What's so suspicious about this Thomas?
Just that he was drunk and blab.
So why do people think Tom of the Bat?
Ah, that's just nonsense. He was bragging in the tavern that he'd put on a venison feast.
Did he?
I doubt it. But if you want to know more, ask my husband, the innkeeper.
Tell me something about how...
He used to be Master Huntsman here a while back. But then Nicholas got him accused of a murder.
What happened between Hare and...
Those two didn't get on from the start. And then that business with But it all came to a head about 15 years back when Sir Henry of Lipa came to visit.
Sir Hanish's father?
Just so. There was a banquet at the castle in his honor, and in the morning they found one of Sir Henry's men-at-arms in the ditch with his neck.
What was going on with...
Her father promised her to Hannikin, because they seemed a good match. But Nicholas couldn't stomach that, so he did what he did.
So how did Nicholas put the...
Nicholas always had a viper's tongue, and events made it... That evening there'd been a right falling out between Hare and the Godsman. Blows were struck. Well, Sir Divish didn't want any ill will with Sir Henry, so he tried to settle...
And what happened to...
That's just it. No one rightly knows. They put him in the dungeon, but...
I want to... Tell me some...
He used to be master...
I want to ask... Cutting a deer's head on the huntsman's house.
Maybe they want to show that Huntsman Nicholas is no match.
That'll be...
Take care.
God save...
What do you think?
What should I be thinking? If they ever catch them, Sir Divish will have them skinned alive.
Folk were talking about...
Oh, good Lord. People do like to prattle on. Don't you go
Do you think Nicholas isn't doing it?
A master huntsman who lets poachers run wild through his woods? He's useless.
Right. Thank... I've heard Tom of the Bat...
So he did. He and Jack Piper were bragging about how they'd make a feast for the village lasses. And a few days later, they did come and buy a few kegs of...
they have anything else?
Not really. I told him to shut up, or someone would hear him.
And what did he say to that?
Nothing. He had more booze in him than the castle cellar. He just hiccuped and slid under the table. Piper took him off.
Do you suppose...
Hardly. He's not...
All right, I bet...
Feel free to ask, but...
And who is this Jake?
Oh, he's Tom's best mate. A decent fellow. They call him the...
Where can I find him?
Well, most likely in the quarry. He lends a hand there.
Thank you, Inky. How are the
It's so quiet here.
Yeah. Yeah. With you. Need to ask you something about...
What? Me?
They say you were mouth...
We'd all had a few ails. You know what it's like.
So you didn't go poaching with Tom?
My God, no. That would never even cross our minds. Thomas is a bit wild, but I have some sense at least. Take care now. See you later.
Ты чё, блядь? Поговорил, блядь.
So you didn't go...
My God. Take care.
Ой, блядь. Ну, почему не выполнился? Должен выполниться. Должен выполниться, блядь, квест. Значит, мне не хватает какой-то, блядь, нахуй диалога, блядь, какого-то. Хули он тогда А? Как будто его в первую очередь надо. Блядь, что не то, блядь, ёбаный, блядь. Поговори с Яковом Дудочником. Что тебе, блядь, еще надо прочитать?
What was that?
Да ты шо, блядь? Мне выполнять в порядке, блядь, по буквам или как написано? Хуй поймешь.
Jesus! And get a move on, because
I've got a few questions about these poachers.
Надо искупаться.
I heard you...
that's right.
Can you describe what you...
It was after dark, I remember that. I went up past the castle, along by the clearing, and I saw someone had lit a fire.
Сейчас кикну нахуй
There
тебя,
were
блядь.
figures singing and dancing, and I could hear the whistling of a pipe. And I could smell roast meat. It was like a feast of some sort. Only I thought maybe it was some witch's Sabbath, so I was afraid to stay too long in case they saw me.
Did you recognize anyone there? Someone from the village?
No. Like I said, it was...
Did you hear any familiar voices?
No. But I heard girls' laughter, goblets clinking, a piper playing. It sounded just like anything.
Where is the clearing?
A short walk north of the castle. There's a track past the woodcutter's camp that takes you there.
Thanks. What do you mean?
It's clear as day. Hannikin Hare's back. And putting
Heineken.
those antlers on Nicholas's house? Well, we all know what that means, don't we? It's...
О, господи, блядь.
You mean to say his wife's cheating?
all I'm saying is she might be feeling the urge. It happens in the best...
Well, you're the first who's certain of Hare's return. So far, I've just heard vague
Well, now, I wouldn't say I'm completely sure. I suppose some other mischief maker could have done it. But that of the devil...
You were singing a different...
So? Why do you...
It's nothing to you, but I'm helping Nick.
Oh,
Well, now you know. And you also know not to...
I don't know what you're up to, but I'll have nothing to do with it.
That's fine. I'm sorry.
All right, I understand.
Well, you're the...
Well, now, I wouldn't say I'm...
Stop trying to wriggle out of it. But you know who Rad's...
Of course.
I'm his right-hand...
I don't know what you're up to.
That's fine.
All right, I understand.
Well, you...
Well, now. God be with you.
I've got... Who's this
Hannikin Hare? There was a time he was master huntsman here, and Margaret was set to be his wife.
So what's the story between...
It was complicated. He wanted her, and she wanted him too, I reckon. At least for a while. But then she hitched up with Nicholas, and now she said...
So what went on?
Those two? There was no love lost between them from the moment Hare arrived. And
Do you think Hare...
who knows the truth of it now? I did find it all a bit odd. And Margaret never wanted to speak of it, wouldn't... Well, now. God be with you.
Yeah. 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 Coming up.
Что мне вообще тут искать, блядь? Да ты заебал, блядь! Написано ему все. Ну давай, расскажи. Пиздец, блядь. Очевидно, нахуй я ему.
What the hell was that?
Though you'd be better off going for a good scrub. God be with you.
I can't go any further. The current could sweep me to my death.
Какое нахуй течение озера, блядь? Бля, надо тебя, Стасян, всегда мутать. Ничего не вылазит на экран. Не отвлекает.
God's bless.
I'd like to
And what is it?
get myself fixed up a bit. Have a bath and get my clothes washed.
I'm sure you'll be extremely satisfied. Good luck then.
I heard there are
If only if it was just poachers. It's that sorcerer Hare. He's the one who's been running amok. I said he'd be back, and I said he'd be vengeful, and I was right both times.
Tell me something about how...
Ah, that was all years ago. He turned up here He claimed up at the castle to be a nobleman's son, and so he got the office of Master Huntsman, and Margaret was promised him.
And how did his...
Well, he was able to vanish into thin air in the forest right in front of folk. And I've heard it said he spoke to animals, too, though I don't know the truth of it.
That doesn't sound very convincing to me.
That's because you've not seen his marksmanship. It was natural, the things he could do with that bow of his. They say he sold his soul for the gift of it.
I see. How did it go with...
I'm not one to gossip, but she was a flighty lass in her younger years.
What do you mean?
Oh, that was quite something. And then some on top of it. Sir Henry of Lipo was... Of course, they found him out. But how do you keep a sorcerer under lock and key? You can't. That's your answer.
Oh, well. It's quite a wild... Any idea why he...
No one knows, and most likely never will. But they say he was fully in the devil's power.
Was he actually seen killing the guardsman?
I suppose so. Else they'd hardly know who did it, would they?
That's... There is one other thing. Has anyone actually seen this Hannikin hair? He seems to exist only as a bogeyman to front.
Oh, he exists all right. But he flits around in the forest like a shadow. They won't be...
Goings on? What's that supposed to mean?
Cavorting and raising hell. Sorcery! Hare meets up with his sorcerer's apprentices, and they feast in the clearing in the woods. Then they turn into ravens and scatter. Or
Very well. Who does Hare want?
Master Huntsman Nicholas, of course.
So Nicholas came out of it.
That was always...
Tell me something.
Ah, that was... He claimed up at the castle to be a nobleman's son.
Well,
Not at all.
Goodbye.
Good day to you.
I'm here.
Well, ask away.
Blacksmith Betty saw people feasting in the woods, and she...
Nothing.
And I don't suppose you'll tell me who was?
No, because I...
That'll do me. I hear there's been...
I don't have time to talk to...
I'm here to find...
Well, ask away.
That'll do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God bless. What can I help you with?
I'd like to find...
If you ask me, there's some questions best left unanswered. But go...
I'd like to ask you about...
I'm sorry, but I really...
The thing is, every time I spoke to someone about...
But I don't.
You aren't to blame for anything, is that it? Well, I am willing to believe you, but you do know more than you're telling.
I'm not saying a word, you rat.
Just calm down. That'll do me. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I need to ask.
What?
Some folk had themselves a feast in the woods recently, and the people who passed.
I was. I don't deny it. But nothing disrupt.
So who was that?
Just the village.
Who's us?
Us lad.
Was Tom from the baths there too?
Yes.
So how do you...
What?
Deer bones?
As I was saying, there was...
And where might you have got a deer from?
Well... Some...
Who did?
I don't know.
I'm asking you for the last time.
Thomas. It was Thomas.
So all that bragging when he was drunk was more than just hot air?
I don't know where the deer came from. After what happened in the tavern, Tom took me to the forest to this hide there. But I was too worried.
You did yourself a favour. So about that...
What about it?
Now listen up, laddie. I don't have time for your nonsense.
But I'm...
I didn't ask you that.
Well, the thing is...
If you don't talk, the word might get...
All right. Yes. There was...
So all that bragging when he was drunk was...
I don't know.
I need to ask...
What? Farewell.
Ой. Упал. Что, блядь, такое?
Yeah! Yeah. I'm here to...
I'll ask away.
Jake Piper reckons you...
I wasn't.
So you're calling Jake a...
I don't give a toss about Jake or
Да
whether
уже дай ему въебало,
the
блядь.
end of it.
Right, that's it. Either you tell me the whole truth...
All right. But promise me you won't...
Speak up and who knows? I might put in a word for...
All right. The truth is I did drag a deer carcass there, but I didn't do the shooting.
That's a likely story.
Honestly, not a word of a lie. I caught the poach.
And who might that be?
I don't know.
If you don't tell me who it was...
Fine. Fine. He's one of the charcoal men.
There are plenty of charcoal burners.
He came from the charcoal piles south of here. If you...
Well, you better pray I find him, because if you've been lying to me...
I'm telling the truth, I swear.
We'll see.
Farewell.
Ой, господи, блядь.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Блядь. А я не сохранялся. И меня ж, конечно, никто не сохранял после диалогов. Да в пизду пошла игра, блядь.